Hi guys, this is Yana here. I am with Israeli News Live for those who are first time on my channel, but I do speak few things on my own channel here, Rise Up Children of God. And I want to address few things with you. Um, some of you are writing me that you are being unsubscribed from Steve's channel, Israeli News Live. This is happening quite often now. I got several letters that you're just randomly getting unsubscribed and you have to resub. I believe that this is done by YouTube or the powers that are watching us. So just resub and just keep going. Another thing, you telling me that you cannot see comments, and I want to tell you sometimes I cannot see comments until later, and I don't know what the thing is about it. And then sometimes your comments, a lot of them go into a spam. So unless I go to a spam, and if I have time, any time on my hand, I go to spam and then I clear them and let them be visible to you. But a lot of comments, sometimes like 800 comments, are in a spam. And if you are posting any kind of links to other videos or articles, those tend to go to spam really much, and it takes me to go into spam and start approving the comments, which I rarely have time for that, guys. It takes a lot of time from my day to do that. So I don't know what the problem is actually, and I can only associate it with the powers that are controlling us. So we are wanted, and anybody who are speaking against the New World Order and what's going on right now, we probably anticipate these things to happen more and more. The second thing I want to address with you is that some of you are writing me letters that you will stop being my friends because I am not promoting Mr. Donald Trump as something great and as a Moses or a Cyrus or whatever. I do have to tell you quite frankly that if you write me letters like that, you have first of all never been my friend. So if you wish to unfriend and unsub, you can. I mean, you have freedom to, because I refuse to be controlled by anyone, even so-called friends. I have to tell you what I feel in my heart and what my observations are. I have a little bit different perspective because I used to live in a Soviet bloc, and I know how communism and Marxism is, and I know how they control people. When it comes to Pachnik, he is a psychiatrist trained for regime change, and there is a reason, people, why they put on Pachnik to talk to you, and why he's talking with directly looking at camera in a black and white photography. It's all connected together with something that they basically want to hypnotize you and have a power over you and make a statements that is complete disinformation. If Mr. Pachnik was serious about counter-coup, he would never speak fondly of Kissinger and Bush. They would already, long time ago, talk against Bush because, as far as the coup goes, I believe it has happened long time ago and years ago. I mean, I don't believe that Bushes were any good for you at all. In fact, they only made the New World Order to go further and further, and then of course Obama. Some of you have sent me videos from pastors who encouraged you to vote because we should learn from Obama and Romney that a lot of evangelicals didn't vote and therefore we got Obama. But I want to tell you that when elections were last time, and it was Romney versus Obama, I still felt we have no choice really, because if you wanted me to really vote for a Mormon who is Illuminati, okay, Mormonism is Satanism, it's Illuminati. There are Illuminati, you can see their symbology all over their temples and all that. So no, I refuse to vote for Mormon, and of course I would never vote for Obama. So the same situation is right now, right here. I refuse to vote for Donald Trump, and I will tell you why. even though he's speaking a lot of good things that you want to hear and I want to hear, if you really pay close attention, you can see that he's really part of the elites. That dinner that happened with the Jesuit Dolan, okay, Mr. Trump said several things that were red flag for me. He said that he attended these dinners since he was a child with his father. And in these dinners are all the globalists like Kissinger and others. So he was among these people since he was a child. Okay, so no, I am watching out for everything. And plus, guys, if you cannot see by now that you are controlled by much higher powers and that you really had no choice, I don't know how to help you anymore. But I am going to keep exposing and I'm going to keep talking my mind. And I seriously can tell you, I wish I was wrong. For the first time in my life, I would be very happy if I was wrong, because I would gladly come out, join the revolution, and I would very gladly apologize to Mr. Trump and all of you who seem to think that he's some kind of savior. And from the biblical point, let me tell you this. You're making the same mistake as Israelites, because they were asking for a king, okay? They didn't want Yeshua. They didn't want God to be over them. They wanted human king. So God gave them what they wanted. And this is where they are in a sorry state. And this is where you are going, because you still want human king. And God has nothing to do with it. And you refuse to see it, okay? So you want a king, he will give you a king. And not to say that what will actually happen now, all these riots, this is all artificially made, of course. It's similar to Ukrainian situation. It's all artificial, it's all pre-planned, pre-made, and they're playing games. Basically, they're playing games with you until they completely humiliate the nation of United States of America. So you wanted a king, you will have a king, and it will be Mr. Trump, who is slowly changing a lot of positions that he's already promised before that he's gonna do. Usually presidents do that to get elected and to play a game. They promise a lot of stuff that they never ever fulfill after they are elected. Look at Obama and Monsanto. He was promising that he will fight for American people and he will make sure that GMO labels are on every single package of our food, and that he will make sure that we have that choice. If we don't want to eat GMO, that we won't have to. Well, next thing you know, he signs executive order saying that, oh, it's not necessary for Monsanto to label a food as a GMO. Well, where is that promise go? Well, down the drain. So this is what I'm expecting from Mr. Donald Trump. And I have already seen that he's been so much against Obamacare, and now there is this little bit of, well, maybe we can just remake it or amend it a little bit. Really? Really? How about getting rid of it altogether, Mr. Trump? Okay, well, maybe some of you will really understand what I'm talking about, but we are invaded by higher powers, the United States and the entire world. Here in Europe, worse than in America, actually. People here are living under New World Order, not knowing it. But in the United States, it was really hard to change this toward New World Order regime. So it will go through blood and revolution and riots. That's why they have FEMA camps, right? So I just want to read you a letter in closing. This letter was published during the time of presidency of Mr. Clinton, and that was an open letter from New World Order member who is anonymous in this letter to a Shepley, okay? And the entire letter is really long, so I won't have time to read it, but I will read you a little bit of it. I'm quoting them now. Of course, to keep you off guard, we have instructed our elected officials to appear to be correcting the evil of our violence. President Clinton is now speaking against violence in Hollywood movies. This will not solve the problem, but will only make the people believe the problem is being worked on. Sex and violence are the very best powers to use to help us gain our advantage. How the people loathe to give up their sex and violence, so we place all they want before them. In this way, we keep them so occupied they do not have the integrity or brain power to deal with the really important matters, which are left entirely in our hands. President Clinton has been very helpful to us. We knew of what character he was before we placed him as president. Exposing him was very helpful in adjusting the moral habits of the youth downward. This is to our advantage. Even more agreeable to us were the vain efforts of those who thought they could remove him against our will. He is useful to us, and he will not be removed by anyone until we are ready to have him removed. Excuse me if I seem to be mocking your system of beliefs, but they are rather outdated. Have you no eyes to see? Your vain liberties and your righteous pontifications are nothing before us. You can only do what we say you can do. We remove presidents when we are ready, and the leader we set up will be there until it serves us to have another. At that time, we place our proposed leader before you, and you vote for we want. In that way, we give you the vain voting exercise in the belief you had something to do with placing your president in office. We are the nations for what we want to use them. We use the nations for what we want to use them for. Everyone knows that they must yield to us or die. Fortunately, we have had a few resistors, such as Saddam and Milosevic, that have been helpful in showing the world leaders what we will do to them if they do not submit. There is only glory in following our purposes and doing what we say. If one does not, there will be such a sad and tragic result. I would really have you spared of such an end. But then again, if you are not spared, it is of no consequence to us. We will use you to alleviate some of the overpopulation problem. Well, this is just a little touch of that letter that this anonymous New World Order guy have said to us, the sheeply or the cows, as they call us. We are nothing but a number. So I guess, guys, I am just not buying it. This is all a game. I have seen it during Soviet Union, okay? And they're playing the same game, and they want this regime change toward full-blown New World Order. And most of you are participating in that game still. So, guys, may peace be with you. I am not for a king, only one. Jesus Christ, Yeshua, he is my king, and I want no human king over me. So who do you want over you? Ask yourself. Have a good day.